All right, ladies and gentlemen, football fans everywhere, welcome to night 3 in a row of Razzball listeners, fantasy football drafts. On Sunday, we did a guillotine league, our first ever. Last night, we did our first PPR. Tonight is PPR number 2. Friday, Derek, Jeff, and myself get a night off, and the other gentlemen will be taking on PPR League 3. Without further ado, Derek, hit our music. All right. Raise your hand if you got enough sleep last night. That's what I thought. Neither did I, but I'm not feeling it now. I felt it this morning. I felt it on my hour commute. I have been asked to return to office. Pardon me. I have been directed to return to office. It's not pleasant. Normally, if Derek is not busy, I can get him on the horn and we can talk football. But this morning I needed it, and I didn't even feel the commute because we talked our home league strategy. So, Jeff, tell me what you've taken away from the first 2 nights of the Guillotine League on Sunday and PPR yesterday. What are your takeaways from the 2 nights?
Just running back isn't as deep as I thought. They go quickly, and if you miss the run, you're kind of screwed. So don't reach, but be mindful of the running backs and the kind of the waves when they're going, because if you're on the back end of it, your RB2 is really an RB3, then it just goes down the line and you're passing on better players because you're trying to fill a position. So at least for me, that's been one of the biggest takeaways.
Yeah, and tonight you're in the 1-2 spot. Last night you were the 1-1, and Guillotine you were near the top as well. Is that right?
Yep, I think it was 4.
Yeah, so I'm at the bottom tonight, and I believe it's spot on. You're right. If you feel like you have to reach, you probably have to reach, but don't reach by habit, right? Don't. Mm-hmm. And what do we always say, right? Get your guy. Again, you're at the top end. I'm at the bottom end. Tonight will be me getting my guys and seeing how it works out. Derek, our big brain on the show. What do you think about the first 2 nights? What feedback do you have other than I probably am going to be banned from any live activities on the site for a while?
Yeah, after this week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my biggest takeaway is there's a lot of fun sniping your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Friends, again, we did quotes when we said experts. I would say most guys are going to say friends when they refer to you.
This guy's not on tonight, but he's still licking his wounds.
Yeah, I don't.
Having to take a player 2 rounds early because he knew I was lurking right before him.
And you notice what he didn't do? He didn't then brag about the pick, which was a good pick, but it was so early that there's no bragging to be done. It was just him. It was a sigh of relief that he allowed you to not be able to draft that player.
Yeah. So strategy 1. We'll call that winning.
Yeah. Love to see Jamie checking in. Jamie, here we are for night 3. Also epic fail. And I will be honest. Jamie was in the Guillotine League. Is that right? I think he was.
He was, yes.
Yeah.
But how did Epic – we need to figure out how do we contact Epic Fail in the off season so that that he or she – we don't even know what Epic Fail is. Other than a Lions fan, we need to get Epic Fail in one of these leagues next year. So make sure you keep in touch and stick around, and we will get you in one of these leagues next year. And thanks again for checking in with us. All right. So we're going to treat tonight a little bit different. It is standard. I guess standard is now PPR. So this is a 1-point PPR. This is not tight end premium. This is not super flex. This is 1 quarterback. This is 2 running backs. This is 3 receivers and a tight end, 2 flex. There is no kicker. There is no defense because both are dumb unless you have Brandon Aubrey or the 85 Chicago Bears defense. So with that, did you see it? It's already there. I'm already on tilt. You want to push the button and bring that comment up? Because I'm not going to do it. So for those of you that did not tune in yesterday, I was on tilt at 2.08. And when I took Achane, and then I realized that my first 3 running backs all had the same bye week. And it was at that point that I blacked out. So it was as if I had about 47 beers, and I don't remember much that happened after that. I would say if you can have fantasy football draft PTSD, I certainly have that right now. So, but I'm drafting in the 12 spot. I'm looking to break some hearts tonight. All right, Derek, I'm going to let you pick folks to drag in. We're going to get a couple of introductions out of the way, and then we're going to start off with our 1.01. We'll introduce him right before we kick the draft.
Yeah, this is great because we've got 5 other participants in there. So 8 of the 12 of us are on the live show right now at the beginning. So this is awesome. So we'll start first with Waterboy.
And those 5 are not, love the headgear, they are not Razzball writers. They are not employed. They are regular
they're here for the punishment.
Yes, they're here to finish 4th, 5th, all the way through 12th, and I'm here for it. Waterboy, I love that you put your handle in there. Tell us how you arrived here and what you're going to do tonight.
So I'm going to dominate.
Nice. I love it.
So, no, I've been with Razzball, I want to say, like, the past 8 years. Originally with baseball, then it transformed to football, and then I've been loving Razzball ever since. Baseball and football, and I commented on one of the posts, I think, the other day with Matt, and rest is history.
Yeah, and one of the things that draws me to Waterboy's questions that he poses, he doesn't necessarily care what the article is about, and I'm going to get his entire dynasty lineup, which is awesome. And I followed his team last year, right pillar to post, and you ran the table, if I remember correctly. Is that
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely fantastic lineup.
So where's our check for that, by the way? I haven't seen that in the mail.
Christmas bonus.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in the mail.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Justin, we will see in a little bit. You're drafting right in front of me at 111, correct?
Yes, 111. Yep.
All right, Derek, who else we got?
All right, let's bring on Mac.
Oh, let's get it. Let's start with a haircut.
Came about all this through the Blue Sky. I mutuals with the @Razzball account on
nice.
there. Y'all can find me at wifeguy.org. You get some of the pre-meeting chat about spouses and partners and wives putting up with all this felt very real to me, along with the back to office stuff, which is, if I make it an hour, I'll be very happy before I'm ready to crash out. But I'm at the 6th spot, Tacoma Park Terriers. I'm outside of DC in lovely Maryland. And looking forward to playing in a league I don't run myself.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, awesome. Mac, is that a concert poster over your left shoulder?
No, but I got one I need to put up at some point. This is, let's see. It feels very true to me. I wish I was at home reading.
Yeah, that's another dig at the people that are no longer working from home, because that's exactly where I would prefer to be too. Even if it's just emails and IMs, I'd prefer to be at home as well. Alas, I guess I'm too important for the contract I work under, and they've just got to have me in person. So hopefully nobody I work for or with is tuned in, but I'll find out tomorrow morning early if that's the case. All right, Matt, good to have you. Love the flow. Jeff, I'm not sure we've had lettuce like this in any of the previous 2 drafts. This is a good start.
Very impressive.
Well, and you know what? I would say this is borderline better than Sky. His hair goes.
Yeah.
And he's not here to defend himself, so.
All right, excellent. So, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll get this thing kicked off in just a minute. All right, next up, Loafing It.
Yeah, welcome in, Wes. How are you?
Doing good. How about you, Matt?
Excellent.
Good to finally meet you or see you face to face.
Yeah,
We've interacted on
face-to-face.
Twitter forever.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but here it is anyway.
Well, very pretty, very pretty. I got interested in Razzball a long time ago. I don't even know when, but it was whenever I first started getting involved with fantasy football or sports just in general, and I just really loved how Razzball kind of was eclectic, and it made references back to whenever I was younger, and it made me giggle. It didn't take it as serious as some of the other sites took it, and so I just really have always appreciated Razzball, and I started creating content like in 2020 with so many other people at that time, and I've had mutual friends that we've had together on. JB Barry, he was one of my hosts, and so was John Frisella. Just different things there, but a lot of things have just fallen by the wayside because life just gets busy. But Pierre and I still do a DFS podcast now, so it's always fun to do.
Yeah, we do a Sunday start sit show. A lot of folks that are in Razzball don't even know that we do that. A couple of years ago, we started 3 hours before kickoff, and I don't know if we're going to go back to that, but for sure we'll be on 2 hours before kickoff. We take it all the way up to basically right after the coin flip.
The minute.
So if you check in there, we'll get you on the screen and get your thoughts. And that's where we get tons and tons of comments. People coming off their Friday and Saturday night benders and all the fun that they had, and they come in with their coffee to try to survive through. They forgot about their lineups, and they've got 15 minutes to decide who they're going to start. So there we are on every Sunday morning, anywhere from probably 3 to 6 of us will be there. We have one of our writers is in Australia. He tries to make it, but it's difficult time difference for him. So we may not see Ben on the Sunday start sit show.
Easy now. One of the things I've always liked about Razzball is how you guys have reached out to the community and brought people in and gave people, their first starts, maybe even in creating content and stuff. And that's just been great. You guys have been fantastic. And it's a pleasure to be on here with y'all.
All right. Good to have you, Wes.
Yeah. And Wes is at the 1-9. So you'll,
yeah.
So I'm counting on you, Wes, to snipe Matt here a couple picks before him. So
okay.
No pressure.
No pressure.
All right, next up, Escarez. So he was on video. There he is.
There I am.
There he is.
There, we can see you now.
How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So you have the 1-7 pick tonight.
Right in the middle, exactly where I hate to draft. Right in the middle.
Yep, I have a home league that drew today, and I have 1-7. I feel the exact same way. I want nothing to do with 7, 8, 9, 10 this year.
Yeah, I hope for the top 3 or the bottom 3. So
I'm with you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I got involved with Raz Slam. Actually, the first time I listened to a podcast with Rudy and Gray, I couldn't figure it out. It took me a while to figure out the podcast. That they weren't taking themselves totally serious. So I've been on that a few years. Then I got invited to Razzball, and then I saw your invite, so I jumped at it. I do appreciate you having me. But you could actually call me Escarez. My first name is Steve. So out of the Scranton area.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Steve.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to use government names, do we? I mean, are you hiding from? You're good. You can be out there in public. You're all right.
I'm in WitPro, so.
All right. Well, good to see you again, Joe. Oh, Steve. So. All right, one more, and then we'll kick this off. Mark Ringo. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
It's great to be here. Really.
Yeah, look at you. You figured it out. You said you'd never done this before. So first time for everything. I love it.
Yeah, this is my first time. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I learned about Razzball online because I'm a fellow fantasy analyst like you guys are. And we all have the love for playing and also writing about it.
Yeah.
So I write on my own website, and then I also contribute on Fantasy Pros once in a while.
Oh,
so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing about the fantasy industry that I've learned, and I'm sure everyone here who's done it can attest to, I mean, it's such a great community. We help each other out, getting together and things like this and just sharing our thoughts on things, you coming onto our podcast, we go visit others. I mean, it's just a fantastic group of people, in general. So it's awesome. Agree. Yeah. Awesome to have you here. And you have the first pick. So if you're ready, we'll get this.
Embarrassing myself in just my own league. Now I get embarrassed myself in front of the entire cyberspace world with my.
Oh, you're not. Trust me, you're going to be way in the back of embarrassment line. I am the conductor. I am the I'm shoveling all the coal. I'm doing all of it. If you want a good laugh, go back and watch last night. I'm embarrassed to say I was probably again PTSD. Well, I don't know what happened. It was
and Jeff and I enjoyed it immensely. So
yeah, I bet.
Sure did.
It's all good stuff.
One reminder before we get started, everybody, if you would go out to your Sleeper app and hit the mute button. Otherwise, it's going to scream every time somebody drafts, and so if we can avoid that, that would be ideal. It's in the upper right-hand corner, next to the right of the bell, between the bell and the moon.
Oh, okay. Mute sounds.
Yeah, okay. Mute those two there, and that'll be good. So, all right, Mark, I'm going to hit start. You'll have 3 minutes. So once we go, so take your time, and while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and bring everyone else back on.
All right.
And if I was you, Mark, I would take all 3 minutes just for the FaceTime. Right? The people are out there watching.
Let me give you a little plug here. This is the coveted Razzball Friends and Family Draft. You know, this is for bragging rights, glory, and a couple $100. So this, I'm picking first. This falls for the old Billy Baru. Billy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are my NFL pencils to mark down the pick. 22 picks until I pick again. So we can't screw it up. We got to have it. We got to hit it. So with that said, we're going to go with Jamar Chase.
Well,
can't go wrong there.
Jeff doesn't know what to do now.
Oh, I'm so screwed. Ugh.
Jonathan Taylor. And I don't think that's our music.
No, I think Waterboy's enjoying himself.
Is there any copyright infringements going on right now?
Probably a lot of that. The FCC is somewhere in the background.
Alexa, off. She's off.
CD.
All right, so yell out. So I know we've got 1-7, we've got 1-9. Who's
111 and 112 for sure here.
Yeah.
Mac, where are you?
DC.
No, what pick?
6.
6. So you just took Justin Jefferson, and I think Steve is on the clock.
Yep. Steve's at Joe. I mean, yeah, Steve.
Yeah, Richard. Richard is at 7.
I just realized we have a Mark, a Mac, and a Matt on the line. So it's all the things I get on my coffee cups all in one place.
All right. Greg's 105 in the chat. That's awesome. Stay with us, Greg.
Yeah. And Chiefs, I think if I remember what his IM said, he is laptop in bed. He's had a long couple of days, so more power to him.
That doesn't mean he's immune to the ribbing, though.
No, absolutely not. No, in fact, he's probably more apt to get more ribbing because he can't defend himself here.
Hey, Matt, I didn't get a chance to say this earlier, but I wore this tonight. You see the old Razzball shirt right there?
Number 4.
Tell me that's not nice.
That is
That
nice.
is beautiful. In fact, before I pick, hold on, what do I have in the office here?
He's not going to come back shirtless, is he?
Well, he's done it before, so.
Yeah.
There's the Razzball 6 shirt.
Ah.
We'll set the
lineup. Which one did Bob win? Bob Goldman. Did he win 4 or did he win 3? So yeah. So we had the winner of that year. He was on the draft last night with us. Bob Goldman.
You guys told me to get my guy, so I'm going to get Drake London. I think that the Falcons are just going to throw the ball 1,000,000 times this year.
Well, that's not good for Jefferson with the Bijan pick, but
We actually have an internal. We've thought not that we promote betting in any shape or form.
Nope.
But we actually thought about taking over 35% target share for Drake London as a group. And Jeff, what was the stat that you found when Penix played? It was 39%.
39%. Yeah.
He's the only healthy receiver in the room right now, I believe.
Mooney's injured, and I believe Ray McLeod is still and always will be Ray McLeod.
But there's Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is there. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mistake. My mistake.
You're forgiven.
Ugh, gross.
All right. Chiefs fan took a Raider. All right. That's
Is he
awesome.
really a Chiefs fan?
No, we don't know. And remember, I mean, Steve, we don't know who Steve is rooting for. That could be his burner account, right? We had three, no joke, guys. Yesterday, we had comments coming on the right-hand side. There were 3 last name Benavides drafting last night. That Sky knew from his history of hosting podcasts over the last almost 10 years. And they started commenting differently. I'm like, wait, am I drunk? There's different first name Benavides, and we made the quip that they're probably going to be trading to make a super Benavides team by the end of the season.
All right, Matt. So just to catch you up, when you were going to change your wardrobe there, we have both 103, which is Scott, and 105 in the chat.
Perfect.
So we got 103, 105 in the chat as well.
And hopefully our guy Justin Waterboy is still available. We may want to pause it. There he is.
We see him there. Yeah, we're getting a little background noise coming off you. So I just put you on mute while you were doing that. But
does he know he's on the clock?
Where's the hat?
Oh, I know. Where is it? So my phone is recharging my other phone, and then I am on the clock. I know that. Yes.
So if you need us to pause it so you can go get that phone, I think Derek, you can pause it, right? If not, you're going to get Kyle Pitts at 111.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't see a stop button here.
I don't either.
Maybe one day you'll give me a...
Jeff, do you see a pause draft on your sleeper app?
I'm pulling it up now. Number 2.
I thought I saw one last night, but I do not see it.
I got it. I paused it.
There it is.
Thank you.
Now, he's going to have to take some verbal lashings from the crew, especially us on the East Coast that want to go to bed within the next 45 minutes. But that's okay. I vouched for him, right? I brought him in, so it's on me. But what's new?
If anybody's got a tight 5 they're working on now, might be a good time to bust it out.
Matt, how many hours did you get last night? I only got 2.
2 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not. Yeah, you're a better man than I am. My goodness.
I got so much stuff on my mind. I'm helping my mom. If you see a stuffed animal or something in the background, I'm helping my mom. She's 84. She's going to be having surgery next week. So try to make the background as good as possible.
I appreciate you doing that for your mom, man. That's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
it's
not
hard.
easy. She's hanging in there. She's doing well, but I'm an only child, so it's just me. So
hey, I'm in the same exact boat as you, my friend. Yeah, but good job by you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
When the draft pauses, shit gets real.
I mean, he's going to have to take Achan then and rescue me.
I think he's going back and watching last night's draft just to see who you picked, and then he'll snipe you there.
He doesn't want to snipe. He wants to avoid.
Hey, I've got a quick question. Is this now? I thought the email said this was tight end premium. Is this tight end regular point PR or premium?
Yeah, no tight end premium, no super flex.
Okay, I must have misread the email. That's good to know. Not, I'll still screw it up, but it's good to know.
I think Derek, is the guillotine, was that tight end premium? I think that was. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, the guillotine was tight end premium, but the redrafts are not.
Okay.
But if we keep the league intact moving forward, we are open to discussions for changes to make it better / different.
Oh no, it's fine. You know, I didn't mean anything by that. It's fine the way it is. I just had a question.
If I hadn't eaten dinner, I would say I'd go make a sandwich. But I'm glad I wasn't drinking, because the way he's walking around the house, I'm starting to get dizzy.
Oh yeah.
This is a first-person fantasy draft, isn't it? Is that what this is?
It's like Halo, but different.
Yeah, sorry, it's just going to be 1 minute. Sorry, or a couple. None of the stuff's working over here.
If it's easier, Justin, to sign off the stream and use your phone for the draft, and then you can just log back in. Because after you draft your second player, you'll have a pretty decent wait, if that helps.
I don't know if I have sleep on this phone, but this phone is just about to go back on, so just bear with me. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Stupid technology. Come on, technology. Come on, let's go.
From the bleachers.
I know. Come on, let's go. Okay, draft now. Oh, here I go. My gosh.
Now, in Justin's defense, and I don't know that I believe it, but I believe it, he has only ever played fantasy football on ESPN.
That is
not
true.
only is he having cell issues, this is a brand new environment for him as well. So,
Speaking of, I've never used Sleeper. How do you add people to the queue?
Am I not able to draft?
you know where there's a little blue, it looks like the news article?
Yeah.
So I'm not able to draft.
Click on the blue, and it should throw them over into your queue.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back and live.
Okay, we are back. We are back.
Alrighty, Styles, you're up, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't screw it up.
Nope, not this time.
Not yet.
Not yet. I think I know what you're gonna do.
No, you don't.
I do.
Hey guys, if you want to share the link to the YouTube channel, it's posted on the Razzball NFL X on Twitter. Go to that. They just put it up there, and you can share that with your buddies, and they can follow the draft and comment in the chat and heckle you just like we are. So feel free to do that if you want.
Okay, so you know what? I'm willing to take this from people that I know. So Scott, I would just tread lightly. We haven't met yet. You're not on camera. That one stings. I'm not going to leave it up on the screen too long, but I will guarantee that if you guys leave Achan for the third, I'm a man of my word. I will take him. And you will see a hurricane of tilt that you've never seen before. And Jeff, you didn't know I was going to do that, did you?
No, I'm shocked, surprisingly, but I'm here for that.
Look who logged in, Derek. You see who's at the bottom of the chat?
Hey.
Our old friend Dave. That's weird. Chase Brown goes before Achan.
Oh, yeah. I hate them vibes coming out of Miami right now. With not only his ankle and possible injury thing, it looks like that is just a ball of confusion down there. And as long as they keep letting Tyreek Hill have the reins, who knows where it's going to go.
Yeah. If we can not mention Achan again, that would be probably too soon.
Achan.
Hey, Jeff, did you see my name? I changed the name in the other league.
I did see that actually. I was going to comment about that.
That's money. That is I'll type it in the chat for everybody to see. Okay, no fans of.
No, that's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll give you.
Can you name the band, Derek? Because Sky and Dave aren't here.
Clapping the bass, man.
That is the mighty Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Cypress
Oh,
Hill. Yeah.
yes. Insane in the membrane.
I can see the dreadlocks flopping. Yeah.
Send Dog and Be Real for anybody that follows old school.
I saw Cypress Hill live before, back in the day, like 2002, with Linkin Park.
Linkin Park must have opened, right?
Yes.
Yep. I saw a band called Prophets of Rage, which was Chuck D from Public Enemy, Be Real from Cypress Hill, and the band from Rage Against the Machine, and they put on a fantastic show.
Nice.
Yeah. Attaboy, Gray.
Years ago, I was supposed to see, like, I don't know, 2000, 2001, Beastie Boys, Busta Rhymes, No Doubt, who cares, but, like, it was canceled. Never rescheduled because one of the guys from Beastie Boys broke his hand.
Oh.
And it was supposed to be rescheduled, later date, different venue, but never happened. And RIP.
So we have now gone. This is, I think, our Derek's 8th or 9th draft. My 8th or 9th. Jeff's been in a whole gaggle of them too. That's the latest a non-running back receiver has gone in any draft I've been a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Super flex or otherwise. That's the latest I've seen a non-running back receiver go.
Talking about Bowers?
Yep. I was wondering if it would go all the way to the end.
It may be just, with the one tight end in this league. Maybe that was the thought process.
Well, Scott's probably going to take Achane coming back, so pair him up with.
I already told you if he's there at 312, he's gone. Actually, what I'll make him do is I'm gonna make him wait till 4-1.
Man, I don't want to take him.
You have to
do it.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can, and I want to watch it. I want Jeff just on the screen solo. I want to watch the bile. You can see the bile raise up his esophagus.
Oh God, this is gross. I can't do it.
Do it.
No, I can't do it.
Cruiser said you're on tilt.
I know I am. So, Maddie, give me a reason why I should take him.
So we can suffer together every Sunday morning. We love company. I don't know how many ways I can frame this for you, buddy.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, wait! Before you draft, let me show you something, Derek. You've seen this. Maybe this is why you should consider following my lead. They don't hand these out for free, my friend.
They do not.
Oh, he's so sick to his stomach right now.
Can't do it.
Oh, bailed out.
I bailed. Third round, we'll consider
Mark's not going to do it because Mark doesn't want the ridicule. So he's going to leave it. He's going to make you suck it for a second round. Oh,
then in the third round, it's value. I'm okay with that.
You can't say that when you
3 picks later.
Hey, it's the third round, nonetheless.
You guys can ridicule me for another pick.
Buddy, like I said, get in line.
All right, that's all right.
Oh yeah.
You guys watch the TV show called The League?
No.
Have you in the past?
No. I am an adult male.
Yes. There's some good comedy on that. Good comedy. If you like Always Sunny.
He's got to do it. Am I wrong, Derek? What are we doing? Why is he thinking?
No, because he wants to be balanced. He wants to take a receiver.
His hand
He's
is
gonna-
on the.
He's going to bail. He's going to bail on the best player. Oh, he did it. All right.
I love you, Jefferson.
We got to live a little bit, guys. Got to live a little bit.
What's it taste like? Bile. Yeah, it's
Not as bad as I thought.
Well, you didn't take him at 2.8.
Well, Scott's on tilt because he wanted that running back who shall remain nameless. So Scott's on tilt now, right?
And I can tell you what, when it comes back to Jeff, everybody you don't have to make it obvious that you're watching his little picture there, but watch as each receiver comes off the board and he has to sit there and lament.
Well, watch him right now because
Yeah.
I thank you for doing that because I really didn't think that T would make it back to me, but he did. So I appreciate that. I thought for sure you were going to take him, Jeff.
It's going to go blue, 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 blue.
Yeah.
You know when it gets down to me, it's blue, right? It's going to be uh-oh. There's the first quarterback.
There, see?
Cole Hardman. There's Hardman again. They don't
Scott.
know he got cut today by the Packers. I was so on tilt last night that I literally thought that Derek drafted McCall Hardman in the 4th round. I couldn't see the screen. I was so screwed up. But it was Marvin Harrison.
Scary Terry, is that a homer pick, Steve? Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
It is not. It is not. I dare say I am a Cowboy fan in Pennsylvania.
Cowboy fan in D.C., huh? Or the Northeast?
Yes.
Hold on. We don't see that. So, Derek.
I love that pick. If Hill or Hampton was gone, I was taking Harrison. So I think he's going to have a big bounce back here, but we'll see.
Derek, if you would get the email for him, I can go ahead and get him off the list for next.
Yep, you're going to blacklist him?
Yeah.
I get that reaction a lot.
Yeah, we like Cowboy fans in our league.
Sure we do.
Yeah.
They write checks to be in the league, don't they?
We hand over our money.
Yeah. Jeff still lives in the San Antonio area. I was there too, and the fan base for the Spurs and Cowboys they have nothing else in that city. It's just brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the Spurs is fine, but
yeah, ish.
Spurs are great. Just hope we get our new stadium for him.
So now, why would he not take Mahomes? Chiefs fan is not.
I don't really think. Yeah, he's not.
I like it. So he's trying to. It's an okie doke, right? He's rope-a-doping us. He's not really a Chiefs fan.
so Wes is on the clock now, right?
No, Wes
JSM.
Wes has 500
yeah.
targets already and 2 receivers.
At least.
Yeah.
And if you count Chase Brown, that may go up to like 700.
I wanted you to be able to brag on you a little bit.
yeah, that's a nice trio there. I like that a lot.
Did we lose him again? I hear him rummaging for something.
What?
He's back.
Back on the clock. You got 1:40.
All right. Well, I'm locked in. Locked and loaded.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. I guess I don't understand the definition of locked, but that's okay.
Well, I guess I'm loaded right now.
We like to hear that too.
Do you guys think that Deontay Johnson lands anywhere now that he's been released?
No, he shouldn't have landed anywhere the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I read a report earlier today. The Browns were the only team to give him any type of attention this offseason.
Wow.
Not another team out there was inquiring. So we probably have seen the last of them.
Oh, mother. Here it starts.
Uh-oh. So Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall for Styles right here. Let's see.
My hand's shaking.
I thought about Garrett Wilson, just not sure how many times Fields is going to throw the ball and all that stuff, going in New York.
Maybe 15, 20 times a game.
It could be.
Oh.
He fed DJ Moore when he was in Chicago, so it's a good possibility.
So Styles, Breece Hall over James Cook. Talk to me about that.
I don't think James Cook's going to fall into the end zone 18 times again.
True story. Not 12 months ago, about 12 months ago, I was helping Matt in one of his home league drafts. We were just chatting along the way, and I talked him out of Breece Hall at, what was it, Matt? 1.03?
I think it was at the top of the draft.
Or 04, something. You had one of the first picks, and I talked him out of it, and he gave me hell for maybe 2 weeks. And then I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, well, because it worked. I appreciate you putting it across the internet.
Yeah.
Here.
So
I was much more comfortable with Kamara, right? I needed Kamara to slip one spot, but I'll take Breece Hall, improved offensive line, and usually running backs that have running quarterbacks tend to put up decent seasons. Breece Hall can catch the ball out of the backfield too, so I trust him slightly more than I trust Kenneth Walker, but I would have preferred Kamara at that point. But I also think Kamara was early at that point as well. I think the running backs have gone heavier than I would have thought. But Jeff said that at the beginning. They drop off pretty quick. As you can see there, Cook goes. Yeah, I don't think Cook's he's not in the passing game as much as he needs to be, Jeff. I don't think he's going to score 18 touchdowns. So I just see regression from him. Plus, he had an attitude in the offseason.
But he got paid, though.
He did.
So, Wes, you ruined my stack. Just want to tell you that. Stacking a quarterback with a running back is just not as sexy as with a wide receiver.
Well, he's clearly afraid of you because he drafted Burrow and then ran out of the room.
One last thing on James Cook, though. It's just so interesting that last year, like you said, the 18 TDs, the year prior only had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he has 8 touchdowns. Is that good for you?
It is. I just don't think he's involved enough in the passing game. I think that's the Ray Davis role. The Bills need to find a way to get Dalton Kincaid more involved, and Josh Allen is the running back one, in my opinion. And then you've got Shakir, who runs great routes and never drops the football. And somebody that we won't talk about till you draft him in the 11th round later.
I've got him in every league so far.
Yep.
I know exactly why Cook did well last year, because I wrote an article, or one of my busts was Cook because of I thought Josh Allen would steal all the touchdowns, and of course, I think they must have read it and they're like, "We'll show Mark. We'll give it to Cook every time we get to the one." So,
yeah, I think he have a 4 touchdown game thrown in there as well.
Unbelievable. I mean, but he's a good player. But I totally agree with you guys. Like, that's the biggest fear when you've got Josh Allen, who's like Cam Newton too. Anytime you get near the goal line, he's going to vulture a lot of them. So,
yep.
Oh crap! I'm getting sniped left and right here.
Yeah, that's really good value on Henderson, who's been just flying up draft boards. I think Sky may have taken him a full round ahead of where he went tonight.
Yeah, Sky took him at 311 yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, so almost a full round.
I thought about him when I took Burrow right there, but just to get that other receiving back, but
I wish you did. I wish you did.
No, sir. I couldn't let you do it with the T. Higgins stack there.
Nice pick, Jeff.
Sorry, Mark.
All right, so folks down at the end, Justin and Wes.
Yes.
How do we feel to start? Again, two running back, 3 receiver, 2 flex. Justin, explain to me why 3 running backs early. Just because it was the value that you saw? Or...
I was going for exactly. I was going for the value for those running backs at that time.
And Wes, did you feel a need to take the quarterback 5? You took him with a 4th quarterback, but you just want to lock that up and set it and forget it each week with the fact that you've already got a running back 1 and all of those targets at receiver?
Well, my thought was if I could get a hold of Joe Burrow, that I was going to really think about it in a 6-point per passing touchdown league. Yep. I feel like he's going to lead the league in touchdown passes, and that's just how I feel strongly about him this year. And I didn't think he'd roll back around in the 5th. I would have been happy to wait there. I'm just not real pleased with some of the receiving options, and I was going to, slam home receivers in this league. But I just wasn't real comfortable with some of those Garrett Wilson choices or anything like that. So there's a lot of receivers usually in drafts that I do that I'm a little bit more comfortable with.
So looking back at the receivers that have gone so far, was Devontae Adams or Sutton? Were they in your? Were they just off the fringe, which is why it was Burrow?
Well, Adams has got that whole maybe Stafford's broken back or whatever, and I know you got Jimmy Garoppolo back there who's thrown to Adams before, so they got a good combination right there. I absolutely love Sutton this year. I just didn't think it was going to be a whole lot of value that was going to outweigh Joe Burrow throwing 50 touchdown passes or however many he's going to throw this year. That team has no defense whatsoever. The Bengals do, so they're going to have to outscore everybody, and it's always Joe Burrow's guy. It's just Joe Burrow's team then.
Oh.
And I mean, he's got elite receivers. I mean, T. Higgins can finish in the top 12, maybe even the top 10, and Jamar Chase is Triple Crown winner.
Definitely. So I will feel very comfortable just having Joe Burrow back there.
You can't even pay Jamie, Derek, for his comments. He does not hold anything back. Euro running backs or wide receivers. He said you've got your anchor wide receiver. Build around it. So I've already figured out Mark Ringo. That's for sure.
Yeah, screw it. Mark, I really wanted Travis Hunter there, man. That's okay.
Yeah, I wanted Devontae Adams. I wanted Devontae Adams, but he didn't make it back to me. I didn't think he would. And then I was thinking about Chuba Hubbard, and he went. So I was kind of the thing about picking on the ends is you really have to. It's hard to forecast 22 picks, and if you want a guy, you gotta reach for him sometimes. I love Hunter. I mean, everything I've read about him says that he could, like, scouts compared him to, like, if he was in last year's draft class, he would have been up there with Harrison and Neighbors. So I don't know if he could be a bust. He could get hurt, but I like him, and I like the situation. I think Jacksonville's going to pass it a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a Jags homer though, but yeah, I think
that
he's
music
gonna
to
be
your
really good.
ears, Jeff. That's music to your ears.
Oh.
Well, so then he wasn't making it back to me, I don't think.
No, I was gonna take him right there.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Derek, any reservations with Week 10, or was Pickens always the radar pick?
No, actually, when I made the Hubbard pick, I was expecting one of Sutton or Metcalf to come back to me, to be honest with you, and Jeff took both of them.
Raise your hand if you just drafted Cortland Sutton and DK Metcalf in front of Derek.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy. There we go. Feels good.
Yeah. So I expected one of them to come back, and that was going to be my plan. Of course, neither one of them did. So I really like Pickens in Dallas this year, opposite CeeDee Lamb. We've been really waiting for him just to blow up, and I think this is the year Dallas should be playing from behind quite a bit, and it all hinges on Dak staying healthy, and if he stays healthy, then Pickens really should blossom. I almost see that as a carbon copy to what Cincinnati's doing with Chase and Higgins. So on my roster here, I've got the other pair, the lesser pair of both of those situations. So we'll see how it turns out.
All right, Mark, tell me the truth. Did you think you were going to be able to make that stack coming back, Mahomes and Kelsey?
I was thinking about it, but because of the PPR format, I decided to go receiver and I don't. Kelsey might be a little bit of a reach, but he gets a lot of catches. So if he can just get a few more touchdowns, I know he's probably in his last year, but I mean the Chiefs are a pretty good team to gamble on for touchdowns. So, and I wanted to get a decent tight end in PPR, and this isn't best ball. This is you got to put somebody in there. So hopefully he doesn't kill me at tight end.
Well, he is getting married now, so let's hope he's not distracted.
Yeah.
There's another league I don't have to think about drafting DJ Moore. That's a win for me.
Do you guys have any concerns about the Cowboys' offensive line? That's the only concern I have. And with Schottenheimer, who when I was a kid, Marty Ball, they gave it to Tomlinson every play. This is Brian Schottenheimer's is Marty's son. Marty since passed away, but do you guys have any concern that he could just run the heck out of it?
They don't have a running back to do that.
That is their weakness at running back, of course. And their offensive line is not their strength. They're probably in the maybe the lower third of offensive line ranks that I've been looking at. So, Pat, run protection. Without really having a premier runner, to me means quicker passes and more passes. So, I like the passing game there. You probably won't see a Cowboys running back on my roster today for that reason.
In DK, I have the Cowboys running back. I got Williams 52% of my leagues already right now. I just keep grabbing him, but he's down there at the bottom of the draft.
Yeah.
He's easy in there.
Definitely. I mean, any player becomes value at some point, and it's about volume. You get handed the ball, you're going to find end zone, you're going to find first downs, and that's where the points come from. Garbage points work well too. So. So Matt, you're pretty quiet after picking a Bears running back.
I know. Something.
I selected a player that happens to play half of his games in Chicago. That's who I drafted. Totally different.
Right.
But no, I don't love Breece Hall, but Breece Hall I thought was the best player on the board at that point, and I am willing to Okay. So I'll be back. This motherfucker that I invited to the draft
He's talking to you, water boy.
Just reached and took my player, motherfucker.
Well, it's good to know we can swear on this show.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. See, Mark, I have some class. See, I wanted to say that when you took Travis, but I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't.
I don't have class. I'll let him fly.
So I will tell you that is I believe that's the rookie of the year. I believe he is going to be an all-pro. I believe he is going to possibly set rookie receiving records.
Egbuka?
Egbuka.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that's the earliest I've seen him go. I think it might be slightly too early, but with get your guys.
If it makes you feel any better, he wasn't coming back to you.
And I knew that I needed at least a third running back, and I know that the running backs, it's not going to happen. So that's the pitfall of being at the end. And I would have coupled him with Evans. That would have been a little bit of an overkill for me. But yes, for comedic purposes, I absolutely did cuss out Waterboy from the other side of the computer.
Waterboy looks unfazed, though. I mean, he's
taking it in stride.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, bring it on. He said, "Bring it on."
And I will tell you this: if I was not batting 1,000 on responses to articles that I've written over the last, I think, 4 years, I've responded to every question that's ever been posed to me on any article I've written. If I did not have that current batting average of 1,000, I would ignore Waterboy for the rest of the season. What he wrote in. It's way more about my self-gratification that is customer service.
So anytime you respond to his articles this year, Waterboy, you need to lead with that fact that you took his guy in the 6th round.
Oh yes.
You need to lead with that before you say before you say anything else. That's your lead every single time. That's my lead. Every single time.
Just remember that we have to approve questions before they show up at the site. So
I will
if I get to them first,
I will approve it for you. Approved.
I'll tell you what, Steve, he's setting up a pretty decent little squad there.
Hey, let me talk to your brother. This is the Hulkamania.
Derrick Henry, Bucky Irving, McLaurin, Jameson, and Golden with Hurts in the middle. I don't have a problem with that start.
Tush push. I wanted to go McCaffrey, but I took him last night. So
tush push is still legal. So
it is.
Change your running back ID to Walter Egbuka. I'm not doing that, Dave, but thank you for the idea. Or for the idea. Water Egbuka. Oh, he was talking to him. Don't do that. I will never. I will give up my batting 1,000. I will never respond to a question from Water Egbuka.
Well, I said I wasn't going to do this tonight, but the value is just too good.
No.
Oh yeah, he's got this
I do.
Relationship with. He thinks TJ Hawkinson's watching his drafts. I don't know if he's trying to get free tickets, maybe a lock of hair, autographed jersey. I don't know what he's trying to get.
That's my 52% right there, Wes. he's my 52%er right there.
I got you. I started grabbing them a lot too. Just there's not a lot of other options there in Minnesota right now.
Yeah, it's just right now it's a pretty good value right there. So
I had somebody text me a question earlier about drafting Aaron Jones.
Who?
And Aaron Jones, the running back, and
Mike Jones.
I said everybody thinks that you should just wait a couple of rounds and get Mason because he might do better than Aaron Jones this year.
That's if I had to bet $1, again, we don't condone betting on this show, but that's probably the number one 50-50 split that I can see right now, because Aaron Jones is not big enough body to survive the full season. We learned that in Green Bay, and last year he took his dings. And Jordan Mason is not a running back one. He's a guy that can spell and can probably take half the load. But, if he was as good as everybody is touting now, he'd still be in San Francisco. But they let him walk. They let Elijah Mitchell walk. So San Francisco, with an offense that can make superstars at running back, they didn't care to keep either one of them, which is interesting to me.
Brian Robinson is a guy who I watched in college, being down here in Alabama a lot, and I think he's going to work out perfect for that zone running kind of scheme that the Shanahans always have. He's a downhill runner, and he can just hit those holes pretty well.
You like that, Jeff? Huh? You like your stack there, homeboy?
It's a nice.
I sure do. Yeah. Feeling good about that one.
Yep, that's why I've got Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift as my stack coming up.
Jeff, I love that. I love that stack, Jeff. I've been trying to get that one in a lot of different leagues.
He's going to double down with Aaron Rodgers soon with DK Metcalf.
Why not?
I mean, he did. He took Igbuka. I mean, just
early too. I mean, just to rub it in your face right after you could have got him.
Yeah, but I was counting the rounds, and I'm like, I don't think he'll make it back anyway. But I knew I was confident RJ Harvey and DeAndre Swift weren't coming back. But now there's only been one other running back that's gone, so maybe I was mistaken.
I might have been too, taking Tony Pollard right there. I was like, boy, those running backs are going pretty fast, and he looks like a receiving option kind of back for me.
And what did Jeff say at the beginning, right? Running backs are going to drop. Just do not reach. If you reach, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mark, do you know you're down to the last 10 seconds?
Yeah, thanks. I know one of them. I'm just trying to debate the other one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I wonder if Tony Pollard is the cliff, Wes, is that like the final drop off?
Well, there's always Javonte Williams out there.
Oof. Leave him for Steve.
But as far as a receiving back goes, I don't know. There's not a lot out there after that. Travion Henderson used to be out there so late in drafts, and you could get him, but he's jumping all the way up there in the 4th round, if not the 3rd round, a lot of times now. So it's just hard to find those guys. In a PPR league like this one is, I've found I wanted to prioritize receiving backs.
Yeah, I see at least 3 or 4 running backs that will go probably before you select again, Wes, which will help, right? You don't need necessarily another one, and it'll help whatever position you're looking at next, which I'll keep to myself where I think you're going next. But and running back may be one of them. If one of those 3 or 4 names drops, it may make sense for you. Like you said, I mean, there's at least 2 pass catchers that I see out there, or guys with good hands at the running back position.
Yeah, I got my eye on somebody.
All right, Mac, what are we thinking? What's yours look like to start, and what do we think?
It's like, where's my mute button? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm an awful drafter, so I tend to make it up in the season with waiver wire moves. So I'm mostly getting favorites. My wife went to Wisconsin for undergrad, and big Packers and Packers and Badgers fan. So sticking to some of the favorites right now. So hence the Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, to me, Devontae Adams will always be a Packer as well.
Yeah, I'm never getting rid of that jersey.
No. I have
got
a
the best
couple Aaron
microphone.
Rodgers jerseys that I could sell. If anybody's interested in some hand-me-down Aaron Rodgers jerseys, I only have 3 of those that I could. Goodwill wouldn't even take them. They're like, "No, we're good."
Ship one to me.
You wear double X?
If I need to.
Only if you draft him first, Jeff. You got to draft him first.
Yeah, I could be talked into sending you one if you draft him next.
Next. Oof.
Yeah.
Are these ones stitched by any chance?
I think Mark fell asleep after only 2 hours of sleep last night. Oh, there it is.
I had no idea who to take with that second pick. I apologize.
Well, if they both stay healthy, and that's a massive if, that's probably, 220 targets?
I just figure I need guys who can catch. So I think Diggs is a value, and I reluctantly took Pittman. I was debating a running back or best available, and once again, picking on the ends. I wasn't sure if he'd come back to me. I'd rather take him around later, but receiver kind of dries up pretty quick. I was hoping Egbuka would come back to me, and he didn't. So I'm like, I better take a receiver now, and then.
You know, with all the bye weeks from hell coming up, you got 5 receivers and not a single overlap in bye weeks. That's pretty impressive in itself, I have to say.
And I will tell you that if you needed a running back there, 5 and 6 are taking running backs. 7 is probably taking a running back as well. Because it is drying up, they have to at some point figure that second running back spot out. And there are just enough names right now.
I'll show you.
I'm not going to let you be right.
Let's do it.
All right, Scott and Greg are coming up. Let's hear from them after their picks. They can let us know in the chat how they're feeling.
So I guess Jeff wants to fist fight. And so does. Whew. All right, Derek, make mental notes of those guys.
Well, that's the 3rd time Jeff took the wide receiver that I wanted. That's the 3rd time he's done that.
Extra points for that, Jeff.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Mark. You took Diggs and Pittman, and I was curious why you chose those 2 over Odunze. Because I think Odunze is clearly above those 2. I'm just curious to your thoughts on that.
I was thinking, I'm from Chicago, so Odunze may be good, but there's a lot of mouths to feed in Chicago. They've got DJ Moore, then they've got Odunze. They drafted Luther Burden, and they also drafted their first pick was Colston Loveland, who's known as a receiving tight end. He's more known for his receiving abilities than he is for his blocking. He's a decent blocker, but receiving is where he's going to make his bones, make his bucks. So it's just a lot of mouths to feed in Chicago. And Caleb Williams is coming on lately, but, we'll see how he does. It's a new offense, too. It might take him time to gel a little bit. Remember, they're seeing vanilla defenses right now. So, and with Diggs and Pittman, the way I'm thinking is they're kind of the number 1 guys in their team. I like Diggs more because even though he's an older guy, everybody likes Drake May. Well, who's going to catch Drake May's passes? It's got to be somebody. Diggs
Williams.
Who's that?
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry could too. Yeah, he could. And then Pittman, I was looking back on it. Last year he got hurt, but prior to last year, he was a pretty good receiver, especially in PPR. He was like a top 25, top 30-ish receiver. Like I said, it's maybe a round early than I would like, but I didn't get Egbuka, so I was steaming a little bit.
I hear you.
But Odunze could pay off there. We'll see.
All right, Derek. Somebody asked Derek what he's doing. You all see it.
I support that message. I did it last night. I got 2 tight ends.
Yeah, well, when you look at the, I'm in the flex spot, filling a flex spot with either a wide receiver, running back, or a tight end, and you look across the board, and what player out there is, one of the higher probabilities of having over 100 targets and maybe even get back up to 100 catches, receptions. How many of those players are out there right now? I don't know. He may not pan out to be, that high, but I'll put him in the flex spot at this point.
Only people that overvalue A dot don't like Evan Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he'll run in the slot, he'll run in close on the tight end position, and with Hawkinson with an early bye week too. That's just one thing I don't have to worry about later. With a fill-in tight end. So I'll run them both out there in the beginning, see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
All right, you see this? I said Greg was going to take a running back.
Well, and my contrarian streak, I really don't want to, but this is a boring pick, but I'm happy to do it right now.
I like that. There's 7 easy touchdowns. Jared Goff can't fall forward into the end zone.
And I thought about that, to be honest with you. I've got Gibbs already, and I thought about tagging him with Montgomery, just to have that Detroit backfield locked up. I thought about it, but
and Wes, I assume you're still looking at your guy. I don't think your guy has come off the board yet.
No, it was a Dunze. I mean, I knew he wasn't. I was hoping he would make it back to me, but it was one of those receivers. It was either Rome or it was Pearsall. It was one of those two. I didn't think they'd come back all the way there, but what man can dream?
Well, I had all 3 of Egbuka, Pearsall, and Adunze at the top of my queue since 8 o'clock tonight. So I hate this.
This really feels like a dead area right here of the draft for me. Like the players I'm looking at, I almost wish I would have waited on Joe Burrow and I could just go Baker Mayfield or somebody like that from a quarterback position. I wish I would have done that.
We've noticed that you could honestly wait until rounds 9 and 10 to get your quarterback one, and it's not. I mean, yes, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, they're going to score an amazing amount of points, and they're great players. But the difference when you get to the value in rounds 9, 10 versus the receiver or running back you could have taken in place of Burrow. You can't have buyer's remorse because you looked at the receivers and outside of Sutton, you probably weren't enamored with any of them. But looking back probably later, you'll say, well, I probably could have taken Sutton and it wouldn't have been that much of a reach. But again, Burrow's gonna throw 40 touchdowns if he stays healthy.
And it's funny you say that too, because Matt and I had that very same conversation this morning about taking someone like Joe Burrow, which I did last night, I believe in the 4th round. If I remember correctly, I did. I took him at 4-3, just about like what you did. And we talked about that, and I could have waited. I mean, I love having him. Don't get me wrong, but I could have waited on that and gotten a better wide receiver or running back there rather than reaching for Burrow. So yeah, we had that very same conversation this morning.
And the scoring kind of, I mean, just glancing it over seems to penalize quarterbacks because it's -2 for an interception, or at least passing quarterbacks, and it's 25 yards for a point as opposed to 20 yards a point. So it's just a little bit. It's not much, but it's a little bit to at least sway me to maybe, well, I'll get a guy who gets catches who isn't going to get any negative points.
Yeah, we left the sleeper scoring pretty boilerplate. I think we'll go through the year, and at the end of the year, we'll have a hot wash and determine, all right, what made sense? What do we want to change?
Yeah.
And again, if we keep the group of 12 together or keep 9, 10, 11, something like that, we're going to be open to changes. I'm not a fan of 25 yards. I'm not a fan of negative points at any point. So
okay, I'm fine with whatever. I'll screw it up no matter what.
I resemble that remark.
That felt really strange to take a rookie tight end over a Mark Andrews right there. It feels strange, but it's Warren.
Hey,
he wasn't getting back to you, Wes, if that makes you feel any better.
Well, the last 2 top tight ends in fantasy have been rookies. So
yep.
Here's 3, here's your 3rd one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Bold call.
Yep, he was the player atop my queue, but having
Sounds
to
like
live
a
through
trend.
3 teams without a tight end left me thinking he's probably not going to make it. Once Tracy went, I thought, okay, Kittle's gone, or the next team has Kittle, but I wasn't going to survive the next 3 picks with no tight ends on the board for those teams.
Well, and Daniel Jones is throwing to him, so what do I got to fear?
Do you know over the last 3 or 4 seasons, the highest completion percentage quarterback to slot people in the slot, not necessarily slot receivers, but passes to the slot position is Daniel Jones.
Throw it to Pittman.
Which I don't know. That might have been on 13 passes, but
yeah, maybe. Judging by things, Waterboy's got to be coming up here in the picks. Just looking at his camera.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
If he could right now, he'd take Ibuka again.
Is he with us?
He's with us. Unfortunately.
Well, now he's done it to both of us, Derek.
Does anyone else here love Charbonnet this year? Or is it just me?
Not me.
No? You leery about the Seattle running back room?
I'm leery about Seattle in general, although if I was going to take a running back, I think I'd be leaning Charbonnet because of Walker's ankle. Walker's he just started practicing. I mean, it's a long season. You don't want to enter the season hurt. But so that might be a good pick. I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan. So, he doesn't have Justin Jefferson to bail him out this year.
Well, all he has to do is hand it off.
Yeah.
And we're good.
But hopefully they get, for the Charbonnet owner, they get more than three plays in a punt. You want to get a drive going.
Yeah.
So.
No,
but they've got a good defense, or improved defense, I think. So.
Yeah. I think Charbonnet's value is just tied if Kenneth Walker plays or not. And that's just hard to – you're kind of like rooting for him to not play. And then Charbonnet has standalone value. Because if not, he didn't play at all last year when Walker was healthy.
Yeah, you never root for guys to get injured, but, I mean, that's the reality of the NFL. It's a long, grueling season, and it happens. And like to use a golf analogy, instead of fighting the wind, you play the wind. So, if the wind's blowing left to right, aim your ball to the left. So.
Damn it, Styles! I wanted Bill.
I don't care.
I knew I shouldn't have said anything about Loveland. That was a nice pick.
Yeah, maybe a touch early, but who am I to say? I took 2 tight ends already, so.
And there I am with week 12 running backs again. Just can't get away from it.
How much weight do you guys put into when you're drafting of trying to pay attention to those bye weeks, or do you just kind of ignore them when you're drafting, take the best available on the board, and just deal with it when it comes here?
Last night is a clear indication that I didn't pay any attention to it. But I think, so I got 3 running backs last night, all week 12, and I thought to myself, all right, so I've got 11 weeks to figure it out. And I think in 11 weeks I can figure something out. And then I took Who did I take? Woody Marks and Trey Benson at the end. So I've got at least some coverage, and I'm okay with that. And I'm happy with the players that I took when I took them.
How about 2 running backs from Washington going in the same in 4 picks? How about that? I mean, unless you consider Debo a wide receiver at this point.
Switchblade.
I don't know that I'm sold on Debo anymore. There was a time when I loved the guy.
It's either him, Addison, Kupp, Shakir, Godwin, Jennings.
They're all the same player at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, Derek, what are you looking at? 3rd tight end, 3 in a row?
I might, there's a nice one out there.
There is.
If I use the same logic that I had the last time.
Absolutely right. I'm sure many people could argue with you if you did that.
They could, but
they'd be wrong.
They might be wrong tonight. They might be right in a few weeks, but they might be wrong
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm most excited by Mac's pick because he just doesn't care. That's what makes this fun. He's like, I'm just gonna do whatever I do, and I don't really care about making friends or impressing people. Just gonna take whoever I want here.
But I thought we were friends.
Oh, yes, we are.
I'm inspired by the oops all tight ends flex strategy. So I don't know. Maybe I'll feel do something here. But I think depending on how this pick goes, my next pick's gonna be boring as well.
So I will tell you, in one of my leagues, I'm looking to see which one it was. It was Razzball, actually. I took McBride, Hawkinson, and Ingram.
Wow.
All 3 of them in Razzball.
In a row?
Well, no, not in a row. But I scored all 3 of them. Because McBride was early, and then I took the other ones a little bit later. But I just didn't like what I was seeing at the wide receiver position, and I wanted arms. I wanted receptions, and I just saw those 2 tight ends as being the best option, in the flex. They put them in those 2 positions and go with it. So we'll see how that strategy runs out in Razzball. There's
the name, Steve. That's the one. That's the guy I believe that Derek was referring to.
Yeah, Derek wasn't going to take him, but no. It was a good discussion point.
Sounds like Derek's talking about himself in the 3rd person, which is awesome.
Well, Derek's about to make a mistake, so I don't want to own that.
And Mac, I don't think that was boring. I think that is extreme value in the 8th round.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, couldn't pass that up. And again, Packers connection. So I mean, as long as he's got juice, I'll ride it as long as I can.
I thought that was Wes's pick. I thought Wes was going to take Aaron Jones at that point.
I'm a Bears fan, so I can't take Aaron Jones. It's against everything I stand for.
Oh, Derek,
you just
Can you mute his mic?
Take over for a minute, Derek. I have to write another email.
Well, you have the same feeling for the Bears, so.
Right, but it's my show.
Yeah,
sorry, Matt.
You guys look,
It's far from my show.
Guys look alike.
We went over it last night. Wes, I'm going to quiz you. Green Bay Packers, Mac, you can't answer unless Wes is wrong. The Mount Rushmore of Green Bay Packers quarterbacks, Wes. Go. 4 of them.
Jim McMahon.
No, Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, he was a Green Bay Packer quarterback at some point.
Actually, you're right. Yes, he was.
Legendary Bear quarterback, too. Mike Tomczak, I think, ended up playing for the Green Bay Packers as well. 4 Green Bay Packer. Man, saying all that, first of all, on a personal level, not necessarily like a big fan of Brett Favre, but Brett Favre was a fantastic quarterback. And then Aaron Rodgers, all respect to him, man. He did own the Chicago Bears. That's just what he did. He just owned him. And then you got to go like way back when if you want to start pulling out other ones. I'll tell you, the guy with the mullet in the 80s, I used to love watching him run around. Anybody know?
Magic Man.
Magic,
Magikowski. Yeah. He was fun. He was fun to watch there. So I'll give those guys.
Can't forget about Matt Flynn.
I'll give you 4. Starr, Favre, Rodgers, and Kurt Warner. Or Kurt Warner was cut, but he was there.
Yes, so was Mark Brunell, so was Matt Flynn,
Brunell.
So was Ty Detmer.
Yeah.
But there is only one right answer. It's Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jay Cutler. That is the Green Bay Packers Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Jay Cutler's got to serve jail time a few days for a DUI.
I love Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
The cigarette, the meme with the cigarette, Jay Cutler, it's fantastic.
Here's the best quarterback the Packers ever had.
Yeah.
Watching him. Good Lord. And the Bears traded a number 1. Oh, God, you screwed me.
Attaboy, Jeff.
1 pick away from Mason.
Jeff, feel free to raise the roof.
I'm going to raise it.
Yeah.
Skull him.
Well, let's see here. All right.
And Derek, let me ask you this. I know that you're high on the Scat Man.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, I do like Tracy, and I think Tracy's going to get a lot of run. But when you get to the goal line, I could see him falling into the end zone 8 times. And so
you're confident that his size and his frame and his style will translate to the NFL.
Yeah, I do, and he's one of those guys. We see him every now and then who the fans adore because they just strap it on and they go. And to me, he's one of those guys. He's a blue collar running back. The fans are going to love him, and they're going to be just screaming for the Giants. I mean, the Giants are not going to be a very good team this year. Don't get me wrong. But they're going to be screaming to see what they have in him. Is he, the running back you can build around? They've got the quarterback. They think, they're going to see if they got the running back. And so I think he's going to get maybe, a third of the timeshare in the beginning. But once you get close to the goal line, or, if they need 2 yards for a first down, I can see him getting the rock in. And we get points for conversions in this league. So I'll take my shots on that.
We get points for first downs in this league?
Conversions, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't look at any of the scoring.
So I'll see what I got there. I mean, he is my third, running back, so it's not really a lot of pressure. If I'll put him in the flex or I won't, depending on who else I have. But if he could get into the end zone, every other game, on average, I'll take that.
So let me add. Show the shirt, Jeff.
Had to do it.
So the over/under week 4.5. Jackson Dart becomes the starter. Over/under week 4.5.
Under.
Jeff.
Ooh.
Really?
That is nice.
When is the trade deadline? Because that's when I think that the Giants may be trying to trade
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You think there's a market for him?
There at some point there's a quarterback need in the NFL.
Yeah, I think there's a point where he becomes the mentor, and that might be, well, I know 4.5 is good. It might be week 5. When's their bye week? 14. So I think he's got the reins by week 6. It'll kind of be like Drake May last year. He'll come in just before and about halfway, and he'll run with it the rest of the year.
So I think it's going to be week 5. Just looking at the schedule. Well, no, because they got the Commanders, they have the Cowboys, Chiefs. They're probably going 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I go week 5,
and then week 5, New Orleans. What a great place to start them against the Saints or the Aints. because the next week they're in Philly.
Yeah. Does Russ have the mentality to be a mentor? I mean, he's an odd duck.
I think he has
right
unlimited potential to be a mentor. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
I like the New Orleans call because that'd be close back to his college days and everything back there. So,
no, what's worse, unlimited or Duval?
Duval, man.
Duval, it's so cringe. It's so awful.
When I first heard him say that, I was like, dude, you didn't prepare a Duval? Like, no one told him how to say it? Like,
and the second thought was, God, I hope none of these guys heard it.
And everyone did. The internet lives forever, unfortunately.
Everybody. What is happening to my draft right now? I think I was at like 80% craft rostership up until just then. I think, but
Robert's long lost son.
Yeah, that was rough.
I'll tell you, I did misspeak. I was getting my leagues confused. Yeah, there is no points for conversions in this one. So my bad. I'll take that back.
2-point conversions. That counts for something.
Right. But yeah, I'm actually in another draft at the same time, and I was just looking at that before I came on. So I had it in my mind, but no, disregard. Good catch, Greg.
Yeah. Nobody cares what Greg thinks. I had to live through one person that needed a tight end. One. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, good pick. Up. Good pick, Greg.
Thumbs up to Greg.
What do you guys think of Jennings? Was it his calf? Is he healthy, or where do you guys have him? That was an interesting pick. I
have him in the middle of the 9th round.
I think you're right on target for ADP then, Mac.
Yeah,
it could be a good pick.
Yeah, there's some optimism that he'll be ready for week 1.
Okay.
Even if he's out there, especially with the calf injury, they're probably going to take him a little slow. So it'll be a couple weeks before he's up to full speed, I'm sure. Okay. Even if he's out there.
He's going to play before Ayuk. I can give you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you listen to the pundits, right, the fantasy experts, which we always have to put it in quotes when we talk about it, and Greg's right. The calf and the hold-in is much more about the contract.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a great point. Yeah.
So they have considered, San Francisco has floated rumors that they may pup him for the first 4 weeks, and I think that is a ploy to say, listen, I think your calf is all right, and so why don't you come in here, get some football, and we'll talk about it after you get back to practice.
Yeah.
I was eyeballing Keon Coleman there because I want more wide receivers, right? You got Godwin, Reed, Downs, Higgins, Ayuk, all before him. I think, just in the rankings there. And he went ahead and grabbed Keon Coleman. I was going to, and then I decided at the last minute I was going to wait and just go ahead and get my guy. And he's my guy this year, Williams, and just take him there and wait for Keon Coleman to come back around to me. But he's gone.
He would have made it past me, Wes, whatever that's worth.
Okay. Shakir and Coleman both went next to one another.
Shakir probably wouldn't have made it past me, but Javonte and Coleman would have. But how many running backs for you now? 3, or is that 4?
That's 3.
3, yeah. The first one's pretty darn good.
I will take that as a slap to the face of my other 2. That's all.
No, I'm agnostic to Tony Pollard. Jeff's the guy you need to talk to about Tony Pollard.
Tattooed on my chest.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I thought it was your shoulder.
No.
Blade.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask, what's the Jaguars connection, Jeff? Because I'm a Jaguars fan naturally. So I don't come across many of us very often in the wild.
No
connection there. So
no, Mac, it's an honor to meet you, sir. No, there's really no connection there. I'm a Texas guy through and through, but just as a kid, just always when they became an expansion team, they just were happened to just be the team. The color teal, my dad runs his own business, and he has the color teal in it, so it's like a family color. And then so the teal and black being in San Antonio, the Spurs, just kind of weird things.
Mark Brunell.
And it was a mark. I had my first jersey, number 8, in teal. My dad's left-handed, so it's just one of those weird things when you're a kid. Just they were really good at the time too, and I just like the Jags.
Means was my favorite, my first jersey.
Mm-hmm. And Mac, what does Natron means? He means business.
Well, my origin story is kind of similar in so much as, I was young, but at the time my grandmother lived in Jacksonville her entire life. And I was down there when I was 12, helping her after a heart attack when they were selling like the personal seat licenses and things like that. And so when I got back home and then they announced the expansion team, I was like, holy shit. So I got a better option. I somehow upgraded, possibly depending on your opinion, from the Falcons. So your mileage may vary there. But I watch the Packers mostly with my wife because I enjoy actual watchable football for the most part.
They're watchable. Come on now.
Well, they're better now. That's the nice thing, at least. But we both lived through the Bortle and the Gabbert years.
Are the Jags available on any local stations, or do you have to? Is there like some type of penalty you have to pay to watch them?
We have Sunday Ticket. I'm through YouTube. I mean, it's the cost of doing business as a fantasy football player these days.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious if maybe they blocked them just out of spite for how bad they were.
I blocked them mentally after Miles Jack was not down in that championship game. So I've been sort of watching that collapse in a airport bar in Atlanta between flights was one of the grimmer experiences of my life.
Yeah.
And they seem, I don't want to put them in the same class, but they seem pseudo Clevelandish with the fact that their draft picks just never seem to hit. McCardell, Jimmy Smith, I think were both free agents, right? So Brian Thomas obviously hit last year, but Bortles was Bortles, and then he was just not Bortles.
Blaine Gabbert,
yep. Who was the defensive guy they drafted first a couple years ago? That
Jalen Ramsey.
No, well, he's long gone. No, he was a frontline guy, defensive lineman, I think.
The other Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yep.
He's still around. I mean, he's good, but yeah, he's not. And then they got Georgia. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Nope. Say it, Jeff.
What happened? What I missed? Oh. Waterboy, you okay?
Yeah. So we hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you officially just finished last.
Yep, you lost the league, sir. Thanks for your contributions, Razzball.
You can go auto now and maybe get ahead. It is over for you. It is the kiss of death. The Grim Reaper. That is Kyle Pitts.
Just the Pitts.
But it saves you, Jeff, from having to think about it again.
Oh, man. I would have considered it just for the misery. But yeah, man, well, that's cool that you're a Jags fan. Yeah, very few of us in the wild. It was so funny when the Jags, that come back against the Chargers. One of my old friends from elementary school happened to text me. He was like, hey, are you still a Jags fan? And I showed him my jersey. I was like, yeah, dude. That was an incredible game. He's like, I can't believe that you're like the only Jags fan that I know. And I'm like, yeah, there's like probably 100 of us.
But I will say this, right? If you can get past the riffraff that is and around Jacksonville during game day, the female Jags fans are elite. Right? With the little game day makeup and the shirt tied in a knot, front or back. I don't care which way. The cutoff jean short. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, just elite.
Great analysis.
Yeah, thank you. It's all about football, and that's how I view football first. From the lens of a middle-aged pervert, I guess.
And now we've got your team name.
Yes.
It just writes itself.
It does. And at this point, I don't help myself at all. I continuously put my foot in my own mouth. All right, I'm tired. Let's see if we can't get this thing moving along. Derek, can you put it down to 30-second clock?
I could, but I'm just afraid that Waterboy is going to need another timeout.
He might be lucky that Dave's not here. Dave is kind of he's a little bit. I mean, Dave was making the turn in a second.
In record time.
I know, it's incredible.
I didn't think someone could click the mouse that quickly.
But I think he's in 1,056 leagues at this point.
Let's go. Come on.
That's a good pick too. I guess they named what's his Rattler the starter today.
Yeah, I wasn't too surprised by that because I don't believe in Tyler Shark.
Well, do we believe in Rattler either?
No.
I mean, no, but I'd prefer him.
You like Rattler because he played at Oklahoma, right? Yeah.
No, I don't really like him.
I mean, I know you're a big UT fan, right? So.
Oh yeah, horns down.
Yep, horns down. Look at Dave. Dave can't even keep up with the chat because he's on the clock somewhere else.
Well, just because we were talking about the Jaguars, may as well.
Oh, back to back.
There you go. Back-to-back Jags running backs.
Ooh-wee.
Made Jeff watch it happen, too. Sat him down in that little chair in the corner of your hotel room, Jeff? Mm-hmm. Sitting there when they made those two picks.
I thought this was a family show.
No.
That depends.
Depends on never been billed a family show. In fact, on YouTube, there's a disclaimer, especially for us, that we've got to fill out.
If you want the G-rated version of the draft show, you just tune in Friday.
Yeah, tune in Friday. This is a lot more fun.
Yeah. Now, if we would have had Sky on this one, it would have been off the rails a lot earlier than it was. It would have been all about music trivia, 90s sitcom trivia. We would have had at least a half a dozen more Mike Jones references. Nobody?
No.
Who?
Thank you, Mike Jones.
Got you.
That might be my team name this year, 8004. Have you seen that where they bring the Bills players out of the locker room after practice, and somebody's holding up a sign that says, "Whose phone number is this?" And it's the Mike Jones phone number from his song, his rap, and about half the guys, and they just walk by, Mike Jones. And others are like, the younger ones, I have no idea who that is. The offensive linemen are telling them, move on. If you don't know who that is, whose phone number, you're not with it.
So someone asked a question earlier about taking running backs with the same bye week, and do we look at that? So if you look at my running backs after Gibbs, Hubbard, Scadaboo, and Stevenson now all have week 14 buys. For me, my strategy, I don't mind that as much because it's week 14. I think we kind of said that earlier, but If it was week 6 or week 8, I probably wouldn't have done that. I would have gone a different way. But the fact that it's week 14 and, I expect at least one of these guys, if maybe even 2 of those running backs might not be, playing every week by week 14. So I just bake in that I'm going to have to go a different way at some point with a running back. So I'll do it now. But if there was early bye weeks, I definitely wouldn't have done that. That's just my strategy.
Yeah, and I think if you're adept at like Max said about the waiver wire, right? If you know that that's a strength of yours, then you probably don't need to worry about the waiver wire during your draft, or the not the waiver wire, but the bye week during your draft, because you have that strength already in your back pocket.
And we can make trades too in this league. So
yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But knowing Mac doesn't really like that fun part of the league, he's probably not going to respond. The auto reply from Mac will be, "It's been 3 days and the trade has been removed."
He's gonna respond to Jeff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
there's already a solid connection.
I work for the government, so I got a little bit of time to respond to trade offers. So
do I. So
hopefully you don't get that return to office letter like some of us did.
Oh no, I've been back, the whole time. So or whenever we kick back in, so that's been fun. And they're moving our office to Northern Virginia to make it even further for me.
What part of Maryland are you at?
Silver Spring.
Okay, you're up there.
But I'm right on the Tacoma Park border, so that's why. The Tacoma Park Terriers has a better ring to it than Silver Spring Terriers.
When I worked in DC, I moved to Virginia a few years ago. But when I worked in DC, I lived in Southern Maryland. Drove in every day.
One of my colleagues comes in from West Virginia.
Yeah.
And, I got a guy that works in an office that comes from Richmond. It's like there are a lot of people coming from a lot of long places based on the telework we used to have for a decade plus.
Yeah, I haven't been able to reconcile the need to be in face-to-face company, but here we are.
One in-person meeting since COVID started.
So I walked into the office today, and I'm kind of roving. I have kind of a desk, but as a contractor, I was government for 30 years. But now I kind of have a desk that's not really my desk because the lady's getting ready to retire. But I walked in and I looked over the woman that was on the meeting. So she got her headset on, and there's like 30 people in the meeting. I know for a fact they're all in the building, and not one of them thought to go sign out a conference room to go have the meeting, but for some reason they all have to be in the building. And I thought, if that is not government efficiency at its absolute finest, I don't know what is. So let's all commute an hour in Tampa traffic, both ways an hour, to get in there and put on the same headsets that I would put on from sitting in my office at home. I don't get it. And I'm salty about it. So if you couldn't tell.
Well, you will see. To get it back on the football, I did take a second quarterback there.
Yes,
strictly on the YOLO philosophy. I love is really what it boils down to.
And Kyle Pitts was gone, so that didn't make you didn't have that decision to make.
I was torn between Love and Aaron Rodgers. What can I say?
You could take a third quarterback. You've got 3 more picks. Or you can leave that.
Test 1, 2.
You can leave that Aaron Rodgers for Jeff and his DK Metcalf stack.
Don't take him.
I'm not going to touch him. I don't think I have a second quarterback in any one quarterback league so far.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely a nonsense decision on my part, but I just gotta pick your guys sometimes. And worst case scenario, it's a hedge with Mahomes. I do think Love's gonna have a bounce back year this year, especially if they get him moving with his legs a little bit more.
And Mac, do this. Look up the NFL schedule for Week 10. Let's see who they're playing. Who the Packers are playing on Week 10, it might be the greatest draft pick you've ever made. If they're playing the Bears in week 10.
Mac has a great microphone, by the way.
He does.
Oh, don't get Max started on his
They're
microphones.
playing Philly. Monday Night Football.
Oh, yes. Let it be a shootout, Jordan Love.
That was my new one. I got one of the SM7Bs floating around. So if any podcasters want a really nice mic, hit me up.
I don't even. What does a good microphone cost?
Yeah.
Podcasters.
It helps that I don't have kids.
There's your answer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. That makes me not want to ever ask that question again.
Well, and to go back to COVID times, right? Teleworking all the time. I just hated sounding like ass through like my, webcam microphone or whatever. So I was like, even if nobody's going to be like, "Hey, Mac, you want to be on the pod today?" I just like being able to be heard normally because we've all been on those meetings and it's like garble, 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 garble.
Well, you don't sound normal. You sound, I mean, just like fantastic. That's all I got to say. And the crickets that it's picking up as well is fantastic to me. I feel like
sorry.
No. I like it. I love it. I love it.
He sounds like a DJ on a jazz station. He just has that smooth, relaxing tone.
Yeah, we'll play everybody out to bedtime with the.
And I believe they call Mac. I think they call that timbre. You have timbre in your voice.
Well,
or a timbre. I don't know if it's a timbre or just timbre.
I've also been told I have a face for radio, so.
Well, you may have a face for radio in your mind, but you don't have a voice to mime, so you're good.
No, I like the nice equipment. I even got it running through a nice thing that's doing some nice compression and audio work without having to do the software stuff. So I wanted to sound nice for you guys and the dozens and dozens of people watching at home today.
It's currently 4, but we appreciate the embellishment.
One's Greg with his comment here.
One's Dave.
Oh, I'm logged in too, so that's 3.
Yeah. And maybe Scott's still out there. And maybe he went to bed.
What do you guys think about Joe Mixon this year? I keep hearing rumors that he may possibly not even play. I think that was Schefter that said that, or Scheffler. I don't know which one it was, but
Yeah, I think he comes back.
Has he been picked already? Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
he is. I mean, worst case scenario, you throw him on the IR. It's not like it
Right.
cost you much.
I mean,
at this
they've got
point.
the early bye week, so I really don't expect him in any way, shape, or form be till week 7 at least. I don't think there's any reason to bring him in for week 5 just to go on bye. So I think at minimum we see him at week 7.
Derek, can you check the Razzball prize package list we have? Because I believe I just won the back-to-back Cleveland Browns players prize. I don't remember what the gift was. It could have been Chewed Bazooka Joe or something. I don't remember what it was, but
Well, if you follow it up with Joe Flacco in the 13th, and then Dante Johnson in the 14th, then you really will win.
yeah. Interesting that you say Flacco. The problem with Flacco is it's the same buy as Baker. Otherwise, I would have done it for the laughs. And I believe when I was looking at rosters today, I believe I took Joe Flacco and Scott Fishbowl. I think I have him all the way down at the bottom of my bench.
I picked him in one league. See, which one did I pick him in?
God, is he fun for fantasy
Yeah.
football? Jameis Winston are the
I picked him in
absolute
one of
best.
my guillotine leagues, NFC guillotine leagues, just
Jameis
to
Winston,
have him
only
for a
30-30.
couple weeks. He's a
Jameis
perfect.
Winston's like Shohei Ohtani, the only 30-30 guy ever in the NFL.
Flacco's a perfect guy for a guillotine league if you do one.
Yep.
It's because you only need him for a few weeks, really, and then you can build up your roster from the wasteland, and so he's perfect for that role, in my mind.
Yeah, and Silva just did what we talked about earlier, and he handcuffed McCaffrey with Brian Robinson in the 12th. Very, very astute.
Good play.
Yep. There aren't a great deal of true handcuffs that you would absolutely have to go after, and I think that Robinson is probably one of them.
Well, Chiefs fan did the same thing with Trey Benson and James Conner.
He absolutely did.
I like that one even better. But yeah, good call. Good move.
And Steve just took the running back one for Miami. So
Thanks, Styles.
I was about to say, I was like looking him up right now, so that explains why I can't find him.
yeah, if that was no more meant for me than it was you, but I forgot you drafted it. I forgot you drafted it tonight. Can I say my bad with a question mark? Like my bad? My bad?
My bad?
Duval? Question mark?
There goes your handcuff, Jeff.
I know. I was looking to get him here. Getting sniped.
If it makes you feel any better, if you listen to Sirius XM Fantasy Radio and you recognize who Jeff Manns is, when Jeff Manns screamed today on the radio, you guys need to stop drafting Woody Marks. Every Woody Marks share that I had celebrated. I thought, well, I'm very much happy with that pick now that Jeff Manns told me it was out of just a terrible pick. I'm all about it. Eric reminded me years ago, remember, he's on the radio for entertainment. It doesn't necessarily mean he wins every league that he's in.
No, I've actually competed against him before, and I mean he's much more entertaining on the radio. Let's just leave it at that. Actually, I don't think he manages most of his teams, to be honest with you.
I think if you look at your text, Derek, I think we just found Cruz's burner.
Yeah.
He lost power. He's drafted on his phone, which is what Dave Cruz, our podcast last week, his power went out in the middle of our podcast. So if Dave's still here, I want you to, sign of life, Dave, because I think you're actually drafting the 3 spot at this point.
So speaking of radio personalities, I'll tell you one. He's pretty entertaining on the radio, but he's a really good player. Is and I don't know his real name, but Dr. Roto.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I competed against him last year in a pros versus Joe's, and he's a really good player. He not only just talks the game, he can play.
Right in front of you, Jeff.
You know?
Yeah, and I find it interesting that he's only on the weekends. Dr. Roto is. He doesn't, and people always ask, "Why are you not on more?" Very good advice. He's very friendly to the people that either post online or that call in. He's just kind of seems like a really genuine dude. People are always clamoring for him to be on Sirius XM more often.
It's that bedside manner he learned in his Roto residency.
Yes.
There you
go. Let's go.
So there goes my sunshine stack with Brian Thomas Jr. There's always Jackson Dart for neighbors. Good news is, Jeff, I don't have to pay Brian Thomas as much because I took him in the second. Neighbors is the guy that's going to be asking for more money. All right, so here's a question. While we're coming to the end, we'll go left to right. Derek, we'll start with you, and we'll end up at Wes. The first Sunday, right? So this Saturday, you've obviously got Texas and Ohio State. Should be a fun college football game to watch. It'll also be Corso's last headgear game, which is kind of sad. Whether you liked his picks or not, it's kind of an end of an era, which is, to me, it's a little bit. What are you making? Because you're not leaving the house that Sunday. Clearly, none of us are. What are you making for chow that first Sunday at the house, Derek?
That's a good call. Got to start thinking about this. To me, it's probably going to be wings.
Are you making them or are you buying them? Having them delivered? Going to pick them up? Was Kelly going to get them? What are we doing?
Yeah, no. She'll go to the store to get them, but I'll make them.
Okay, Jeff. What are we after you pick? What are you making? What's food that first Sunday? And you can't say liquor.
No, probably some venison sausage.
You're gonna grill it, or you just boil it, or what do you just let it get to mature?
I grill it.
You don't just let it sit out overnight and just eat it for breakfast?
If it's summer sausage, depends what kind of sausage it is. I love venison, so.
Yeah. What are we making Sunday, Mark? First Sunday.
To me, Matt, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm probably a pizza guy, so probably thin crust pizza somewhere, or maybe a Lou Malnati's deep dish. I'm not sure.
Oh, I love Lou's. Are you? You know, we can get that delivered now. They put it on dry ice and they'll deliver it out to us here.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Do you do tavern style thin, or are you talking cracker thin, Chicago style?
As I've gotten older, I can't eat the deep dish. I try to like fit in my pants, so I try to get cracker thin. But once in a while, I say screw it, and I get the Lou Malnati's.
Yeah, the problem with the cracker thin is you eat the whole pizza, whereas in Lou's you eat a piece and a half, and I think the calories probably are the same at the end of the day. And my wife and I, we're huge Chicago fans outside of the Bears. We love Chicago. We visit at least once a year. We've been to our favorite place to go is Chicago Cut, right there on the river.
Okay.
The steakhouse. We get treated really, really well by the people that run it, and it's a very nice place to go. So we love the place.
You stay in the suburbs, or do you go downtown usually when you visit?
We the last time we stayed at the Intercontinental on the Mile.
Okay.
And then we stayed. Actually, that was the time before. The last time we stayed at a place called the Pendry, which is kind of on the opposite side of that Trump Plaza, other side of the river. It's kind of down like a half alley. The hotel there, very nice. It's an old bank building. Like they have a vault in the lobby, actually, or just off the lobby. Nice place.
We've
never gone out to the burbs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I grew up in the suburbs, so I know the burbs pretty well. There's a place called Real Time Sports. If you're ever in Elk Grove, they've got really good food, pizza. They used to have a buffet. I don't know if they still do. They had pizza. They had chicken, roast beef, potatoes, vegetables, and it was like. Now this is pre-pandemic, so I'm sure it's gone up if they still have it. But there are a lot of good places. Chicago. That's one thing I miss about Chicago is the food.
Yeah.
Nowhere else like it.
I totally agree. It's a great place to go graze for the weekend.
You're almost up. Who are you thinking of here? You're going to get sniped again?
If it happens, I'm over it at this point.
Yeah.
And I have two Browns, so what am I going to do? All right, I guess I'm going to wrap up my draft. I'll go with a second quarterback. I'll go with Mr. Accurate. Or Jeff, you tell me. What do you think? Should I go with? I know what Sky would say. Should I go with my guy out of Washington State University, or should I go with Brock Purdy?
Why don't you do both?
That's what I did.
I don't know if I want to go that far. And I have my late round wide receiver guy that I really, really like is sitting there as well. Let me see what my roster looks like. Yeah, I probably need one more receiver. So we'll go
Kyle Williams.
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but my other guy that's out there from I could go Washington State to end it, couldn't I? Yeah. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's get crazy.
I forgot about Kyle Williams. That's a great pick.
And Derek would take him if I left him. So we'll go Washington State.
I think he's got a concussion, but I mean, hopefully it's nothing major. But I mean, it's awesome.
Everybody thinks that Cam Ward went to Miami. He didn't go to Washington State. He actually went, Jeff, to Infinite Word first.
UW, yeah.
San Antonio. He just absolutely destroyed every. What I like to call the Mike Leach.
Yeah, Cam was real recently on Busting with the Boys, and I really liked his demeanor.
Yeah, if you see him talk about his dad, they asked him, well, why are you in the building so early and why so late? He goes, listen, man, I saw my dad get up and work, and he got up every morning, never called in sick, never missed a day. And he had a job he absolutely hated, but it provided for the families. And so how can I look myself in the mirror and not get up to go play football and to learn the game and to be the best I can after what my dad did for our family? So I think he's got his head on straight. I don't think he's a normal University of Miami U type dude. I think that was probably NIL and a way to get to the NFL. And sure enough, it placed him at the 1 overall. So I think he's a good kid with his head on straight.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you watch him throw, man, he's got a quick release. He's got good feet. He's got football smarts. And whoever drafted Calvin Ridley is going to get about 7,000 targets this year.
Yeah.
Which is Pepe Silva, yeah. But he's not going to win because he drafted DJ Moore ahead of Odunze. So, I mean, it was fun while it lasted, Pepe.
Poor Pepe.
Yeah. All right. So I wonder out loud if there is going to be one auto, and it is at the 14-2. And I'm not going to say another word. Nobody say a word. We'll see if there's one auto in this draft.
Well, that 14-2 pick, every time it rolls around to that area, it's must-see TV. Like I always make it bigger because I just want to see where we're going.
Don't think that there hasn't been a text thread about it as well, my friend. In fact, I'll probably just turn my wife onto this tomorrow and say, hey, you don't like fantasy football and what I go through. I'm just going to ask you to watch this program and tell me what you notice. Oh, Will Shipley, look at that.
Do you really want her to watch the whole program?
I don't want her to watch anything. No.
I think date night should be in Jacksonville.
There's the guy you texted me last night, Jeff. Didn't you say Rico Dowdle looks really nice for you here?
Yeah, I thought you were going to take him. I was surprised.
I think that was the third round when you sent that to me.
Shh. No secrets.
Oh, there's Sky's tight end, old Darren Waller. All right, we're moving now, boys. All right, well, we're gonna probably cut this thing off so people can go to bed once we hit the end. But from the folks here at Razzball, to include Gray and Rudy, B-Don, other folks that we have, I want to tell you that we are absolutely thrilled that you guys, not only that you showed interest and signed up and responded to love it, Jeff, responded to the emails, but that you were excited to be part of this. And I think we're gonna, if we get enough interest that sticks around, we have a fun league that has some waiver wires and some trades. We might even find a way to have Derek set up some type of group chatter that we can get in. Sleeper does that pretty well. But again, from all the folks at Razzball, we very much appreciate it. We hope you guys continue to enjoy our content. Reach out on our articles. If you're interested in being part of the Sunday Start Sit Show, you can go in through YouTube, or you can reach out and say, hey, if you guys need help, I'd love to come and check in and talk about the league. We're here, and so let us know. And you're all welcome for the most part.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah.
Let's stay active and have a fun league.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good luck, everyone.
You too.
All right, cheers. Everybody be safe, and we'll see you on week 1 when the shit talking really starts.
All right. See you guys.
All right, wrap up.